Yeah, hi, Anthony. Ted Johnson here. Thank you so much for the conversation the other day and the opportunity to show you a mock-up of what one of our custom mobile apps can look like. What you're seeing on your display is a simulator of an app, a native mobile app on either Apple or Google, which we designed both, will run a little bit faster than what I'm going to be showing you and just a little bit more smoothly than what is showing here on the screen. But this gives you an idea of the work that we do. Basically, I put in 5 sliders. Now these sliders are just photos that are coming across the screen. They can be changed out by either you or me. I give you access to a full dashboard where you can upload photos into the system. And those can be changed out seasonally or every time you get a better photo that you want to display, that's fine. As you can see, I've integrated your colors into the application. I like to do that so it matches up with your website and that sort of thing. Everything is thumb friendly. So we're taking advantage of the small size of the screen, but we're putting all of the navigation just right here at the bottom. And so we have 5 tabs that go across, and then we have 2 hotkeys. The 2 hotkeys are fairly self-explanatory. You can hit the Call Us button, and it automatically then dials you directly from the application, and it uses the phone's functionality to do that. The Share Us button is really pretty cool. We tie this into Twitter and Facebook. We also tie it into the email system, into the phone. And basically, you can encourage people that download your application to share it with others on their Facebook feed, and the application then can be spread virally that way. Now, across the bottom, because all of our applications are different, the functionalities between one app and another may look different, but they have a lot of similarities. I've got a book a trip function, and if we click on that, it goes directly into a custom-made form that we do for you. We put in the fields and the information that you would like from people in regards to the type of fish they want to fish for, when do they want to fish, how many people in their party. There's a comment section, and then when they hit submit on this form automatically gets emailed to you and it gets text messaged to you so you can respond promptly. We also give you the coding on the form that you can drop it right into your website. Most of my customers and clients like the forms that we design out because they're custom made and that they can be put directly into their website, and then their website's contact form basically has the same functionality as what I put together. The gallery button is just that. It's a gallery. We can have as many different galleries in the system that we would like. I can show the different pictures in a tiled format, or in this case, I'm showing it in what we call cover flow. If I could touch the screen, which I can't on the simulator with my finger, I can kind of thumb through like a Rolodex, and I can look at various photos. If I like one, I can click on it, and then it'll enlarge it there. So that's the photo section. The fishing reports function is really pretty cool in that it's a fishing report that you can send out to anybody that has the app on their phone, and they'll then get the weekly report or monthly report, however often that you send that out. And this particular report comes across the screen with in regards to anything that they're doing on the phone. So they may be into looking on the internet, they may have their contacts up, and when you send out that fishing report, it comes across the top and it just shows them what your fishing report is. So you can almost have 100% readership of this. It's really pretty cool. The Meet Me function ties into the GPS functionality of the phone. And we have 3 categories here that I put in: Brookings, the Chetco River, and the Rogue. And each one of these little pins that we drop in here is a waypoint or a marina where you meet your clients. And so when you book a trip, you can say, hey, meet me at the, All River's Edge Marina, and I can then have them go directly to this particular marina, hit the directions key, and they get turn-by-turn directions on their phone, just like a standard GPS system. And you can put in as many of those waypoints as what you like. We load it up for you. We actually have you give us the ones that you most commonly use, and then if you add some down the line, we're more than happy to do that for you also. So it's really a cool function. I've got a More button. The More button takes me to the more functionality that we built into the application. We have a what we fish for. It's a fish identifier system. Now remember, as we talked, what we do with this application is we turn it into a tool that hopefully fishermen use not only while they're fishing with you, but while they're out fishing on their own. And if they continue to use this tool, then of course they'll be reminded who they got it from, because they have to go into your application to see it. So in this case, I've got a salmon identifier, and I can click on here. It brings up the king salmon and coho salmon, both in ocean condition and in spawning condition. I can click on the king salmon, it drops me in, and it shows me a larger picture of a king or a chinook and a little bit of a description behind it. So that's really pretty cool. We have a database of hundreds of different fish. One of the things you probably don't see in there right now is sturgeon, and we can put sturgeon in there. We have kokanee. We have about 100 different types of rockfish, but I don't think you're fishing the salt. We have all the different types of trout, stripers, the whole myriad of the database goes directly in there. Oregon fishing regulations, we have all of the West Coast fishing regulations in our database, and those are automatically updated. Oh, this one says 2014 for Oregon, it is 2015, and it's a PDF file. And so when you're talking with somebody about AC Guide Service, you've met them somewhere, maybe at a trade show or something like that, you can say, well, how would you like to have the California fishing synopsis always on your phone? Well, gosh, that'd be kind of cool. Well, download my app and it's automatically there. I've got a submit a photos button. This is really neat. How many times have you been fishing with somebody and they get a better picture than you do? And you go, hey, will you send that to me? I want to use that on my website. And they'll go, yeah, sure, not a problem. And then it never gets sent to you. Well, the application has a submit photos functionality to it. They hit the submit photos, their camera roll comes up, they select the pictures that they want to send, and then they just click the submit button, and those pictures are automatically emailed to you, so you don't miss those anymore. We have a receive a newsletter where people can sign up for a newsletter. Our videos ties in directly into your YouTube channel if you have videos, and I think you do. What our clients say is tied directly into Facebook. People can come in there and make give you testimonies, and those are automatically then posted to their Facebook account. And then we've also developed out something called a fish weight calculator. And that fish weight calculator is based on a formula that's fairly commonly used. You can put in the length of the fish and the girth of the fish. Now, I know this will work on the steelhead and salmonoids and the trout and that sort of thing. I don't know about the stripers. We haven't checked it on stripers, but I'll bet you it's pretty close. So you put in the length in inches, the girth in inches, and then you hit the calculate button, and it calculates out the estimated weight of the fish. So if you're in a catch and release situation and you don't want to take the fish out of the water, it'll give you a pretty good and accurate weight of that fish. Now the really cool thing is then you can click here, which is take a photo. It'll take a photo of the fish, and then using the GPS built into the phone, it records where you've taken this photo, which theoretically should be where you caught the fish, and then you can email this to yourself, you can email it to a buddy, and you can, for bragging rights and that sort of thing. So that's really pretty neat the way it works. This is just some of the functionality that we have available. There's a lot of other things that we put into this. If people are fishing the salt, I can put in tide tables in here. I can put in fish counts. I can put in weather service forecasts. I have a recipes tab that we've collected about 75 recipes that we can put into this thing. And so it's amazing what this application will do. As I mentioned again, what you're doing is you're really giving somebody a gift, because the functionality that they'll use in here, they'll use all the time while they're fishing. And when they go and use that functionality, of course, then they'll see AC Guide Service. So anyway, that's it. Looking forward to talking with you as this next week goes on. Hope you enjoy this, and I'll send you a couple other videos along with this. Thanks again, Anthony.